Now, Miley Cyrus needs to go and collect her mother, Tish, because this blind item reads, this celebrity mom is trying to convince everyone that she's the victim when she was the one who stole the actor from her daughter. Speaking about Dominic, who was dating her daughter, Noah Cyrus, at some point, even though they have a 20-plus year age gap and Dominic is more age appropriate for someone like Tish, she still stole him from her daughter and then married him, and now there's a huge feud. But let's get back to the blind item, because it reads, the daughter would seemingly be the victim, of course. The mom is just upset that she got called out publicly for it. So Tish is trying to rewrite the story and make it seem like she's a victim here, when she really just seems like a terrible mother. I mean, we were giving Billy Ray Cyrus a hard time for going off with Firestone, who he had met on the set of Hannah Montana. But damn, Tish Cyrus is just as bad. This person commented, Thanksgiving must be a truly special holiday for this family. This person wrote, this is really dirtbag behavior here, folks. Really bad look for the mom. This person asked, how many people does she need to gaslight to right this wrong? Or how many wrongs does she need to lead to this? Another person asked, is this a PR stunt? Looks like it more and more. And you must admit there's something really off about this entire family dynamic, about Tish stealing her daughter's man, her getting married to this man, and telling her daughter Miley to make sure that Tish and another one of their children do not show up at the wedding. There's just a lot of layers here, and there's clearly two sides of the family, Billy Ray's side and then Tish's side. But according to reports, it seems like maybe Tish is trying to strive for some peace, because Tish and Dominic started going to therapy after Noah Cyrus's drama was exposed. This report writes that Tish and Dominic reportedly started going to marriage counseling due to the drama surrounding their strained relationship with Noah Cyrus. An insider told Us Weekly Thursday that the couple have been working on communication and sought therapy together. And it actually seems like these issues with Noah is starting to bleed into their marriage, and now they're having issues between themselves, because I mean, I'm sure Tish is kind of realizing it's a little bit pervy that she had now married the man who was sleeping with her 20-something-year-old daughter while he's, in his 50s. I mean, can you really trust that he'd be interested in you if he was going for someone like your daughter previously? This insider added that Noah and Dominic were seeing each other in a friends with benefits kind of way, on and off, which is weird because it's not a 20-year age gap, it's a 30-year age gap. He's 54, she's 24. So why do they even have an on and off again, like friends with benefits? Like, I mean, I'm assuming that's essentially how Tish even met Dominic, was because, Noah was bringing him around. And supposedly they were hooking up for about 8 or 9 months before Tish started to pursue him. So they were together for 9 months is a long time. And then that's plenty of time, I guess, for him to be around her family, to get to know her mother, and for her mother to swoop in. And I think something that's really rubbing everyone wrong here in this situation is that Tish is not acting like a mother. They're not acting like a wholesome family. She seems like a selfish girl going after this guy and, betraying her own daughter.
I'm particularly invested in this story because I very recently listened to the Call Her Daddy interview with Tish Cyrus. And I just got weird vibes. Like, there's something in that chat that just doesn't sit super right with, didn't sit right with me anyway. I don't know other people. But just a couple of little points in this interview was strange. Tish said that her and Dominic moved super quickly. She said that their first date, they were just making out for hours at a bar. The next day, one day into seeing each other, they said, I love you to each other. Tish's dynamic, it wasn't like hearing a mum speak. Yeah. It was like hearing maybe a 22-year-old speak. And it's interesting because I wonder if now that her children are adults, Tish Cyrus's maturity has maybe regressed slightly, was the vibe I got.
I could totally see why Tish would be regressing as a person, because during COVID, she explains that she was completely alone. Her husband had left her. Their marriage failed. He went off with a younger woman. She had a lot of time to self-reflect. I believe her mom maybe died at around the same time, so she had a lot of trauma to deal with. So she probably did regress and probably, is finding pleasure in this toxic situation, which is so sad for the rest of her family. Reports claim that Noah was distraught and offended by the entire situation, and it driving a wedge between them as a mother-daughter duo. And watching Tish do some press, I feel like she needs to kind of grow up. I mean, I hate to say that. I'm not trying to disrespect my elders. And it's not like she's like so old. She's not. She's still young. But she said she was so scared when she first met Dominic because their astrological signs don't mix well. I'm trying to think, what is my boyfriend's sign? I think April, May. He's a Pisces. Sagittarius. See, I never get along with my boyfriends, but I don't care. Astrology's so ugh. I don't know. It's just, in my opinion, I don't really. But either way, Tish, a Taurus, explained that she is easily offended, okay, and takes things so personally. Okay, so if you do take things so personally, then why would you go and steal your daughter's man? I mean, can you imagine her, one of them doing that to you? That would be really bad.
I was so scared when I first met Dom, my husband.
Okay.
Which was not that long ago. But it is crazy because I'm a Taurus and he is an Aquarius. And every single thing that I read said it was like, don't even do it. I had to really grow because I am so easily offended. I think, we asked about what is one of my not good traits. I feel like I take things so personally. And he is just very blunt.
Yeah.
There is no warm and fuzzy.
It's interesting because their relationship obviously happened very quickly. They got married shortly after getting together. The beginning of it is very odd. There's a lot of things about Tish's new marriage that I would not personally approve of, and why I understand, Noah standing up for herself and not giving into this because it's weird behavior. I mean, she was sleeping with her stepdad for 9 months, and he became her stepdad the same year that they were hooking up. Can you imagine? They started the year by hooking up, and then by the end of the year he was married to her mother and was her stepdaddy. I mean, I would be offended as well. But guys, don't worry about Noah Cyrus because she is going to get her revenge. This blind item reads, the barely there celebrity offspring could have played an even bigger card, but chose not to let people know that she had slept with the foreign-born actor from an acting family. He was the first revenge guy that she went after, and this would be Noah Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, which that's a triggering name. I mean, Miley's ex-husband, Liam. Can you imagine if now Noah, Miley chose Tish's side. So because Miley's on Tish's side, Noah goes after and gets Liam. I mean, this needs to be a reality show. This person wrote that this item is about Noah and Liam. I feel bad for Miley. She's the normal one in her family. And it seems like people are starting to collect their evidence. And one piece of evidence is this Instagram on a selfie of Liam Hemsworth, which I didn't really realize how big of a deal Instagram was, for dating, for liking things, for following people. I've always mindlessly used Instagram, but yeah, I mean, if she's liking her, ex-brother-in-law's selfie, there's something a little interesting there, because I don't know if Noah and Miley are on speaking terms, but maybe Noah is on speaking terms with Liam. Last week, Liam posted a picture on Instagram showing off his muscular arms in a selfie. Keep in mind that Liam and Miley, Noah's older sister, were married for 2 years between 2018 through 2020. Although they did have a very on and off again relationship, which lasted much longer. I mean, we've got that song Flowers, which is about Miley and Liam. There's a lot to their relationship, so if you guys don't have the history, definitely go and check out my past videos because we uncover everything that was so wrong about Miley's relationship with this man. But despite everything, Noah's gonna go after him. And honestly, this move just seems like another stab in the back for the Cyrus family, which really has been in a ton of drama ever since 2022 when Billy Ray and Tish Cyrus had split up. It's sad to see a family struggle like this, but these are the growing pains with, Billy establishing himself and having his new partner with Tish and her new messy ass husband. I am sorry, but this situation is so messy. We need Mari or Jerry Springer, someone on the scene. We don't need Call Her Daddy. We need Jerry Springer.
Not Noah Cyrus liking her sister's ex-husband's most recent post on Instagram. Liam Hemsworth posted this picture a day ago on Instagram, and as you can see in the likes, Noah Cyrus liked it. I also checked and saw that Noah still follows Liam on Instagram, and it's so crazy to see this, especially after everything that's been going down lately between Noah, Tish, and Dominic. But I'm not gonna lie, if my sister was liking my ex-husband's post on Instagram, I would feel some type of way.
The question is whether Kim Kardashian knew they were fake but pretended they were real, not her breasts or butt or any other body part. Or will throw someone under a bus and say that she was told they were real by some employee, contractor, or supplier. And she is innocent. And this is about Kim Kardashian and Donald Judd Furniture, because supposedly Kim Kardashian said her tables were Donald Judd pieces, but they weren't, and saying such a thing in the furniture world is not okay. This person writes that Kim Kardashian was likely sold fakes. It's not like Kim is the brightest bulb in the shed. So Kim was trying to show off one of her spaces, and she included these tables, which she had claimed were a certain designer, but they weren't. They were like a mock version, essentially. And now the designer's pissed, saying like, oh, the most famous person is claiming that she's using my furniture when she's not. Maybe like false advertising, but it's not like this furniture designer's even paying Kim to mention him. This person writes, it was probably Kanye who bought them and got duped. Kim wouldn't know who Donald Judd was unless someone told her about him. This person writes, Kimmy name dropping an A-list furniture designer. Another person writes, Kim K getting sued by the estate of furniture maker and artist Donald Judd for fake knockoffs copying his design. So let's talk about this potential lawsuit that Kim Kardashian might be getting herself involved in. The Judd Foundation is suing Kim Kardashian, claiming that the reality star promoted furniture in her skincare office as designs of the late artist Donald Judd, but the creations are actually unauthorized knockoffs. Kim said, quote, I've gotten really into furniture lately. She wanted to show off her space, and honestly, you know, she works hard. So go ahead and do your thing. You know, you've got a very interesting design. You know, it's not very warm or cozy, and people love that. You know, it's modern and it's interesting. But this foundation, this estate, they don't like you bringing up Mr. Donald, because that's not his work. And I feel like Kim should know. I mean, she obviously like thought about this designer. She knew she was going to bring it up in the video. She should have thought a little bit deeper about this, especially as someone who is a business owner. She probably understands the implications.
Kim Kardashian has always veered towards minimalism when it comes to interior design and maximalism in regards to fashion. As we know, her house has like one couch and a slanted sink, and so it's only right for her offices to follow suit. In a video tour she posted of her skincare office, she mentioned a newfound interest in furniture. Well, that has landed her in a lawsuit today, as the table she proudly features is fake, and the nonprofit foundation that represents the real designer's legacy is not too happy, especially with this unsolicited celebrity endorsement. The pieces in question are imitations of Donald Judd's, specifically his La Mansana Table 22 and Chair 84. The table retails for $90,000, with only 3 authentic copies being sold in the last 15 years, and the chairs are $9,000 each, with each one being stamped and numbered.
So really, there's not a lot of versions of this table, so I wouldn't be surprised if Kim's is a knockoff, and she probably hired someone to get the job done. And, you know, the Kardashians, they do like a good deal, so I can imagine her, you know, passing on a $90,000 table. Kim Kardashian's video showcasing the furniture has been made private since this lawsuit was filed. The video had over 3.7 million views before being taken down, and it was screen recorded and shared, so we have copies everywhere of this, even though she's trying to take it down and hide it because she probably wants to avoid a very real lawsuit threat. I mean, it's not even a lawsuit threat because they actually filed the lawsuit already, so it's happening.
If you guys are furniture people, because I've really gotten into furniture lately, these Donald Judd tables are really amazing and totally blend in with the seats, and they're so easy. We have so many people coming and eating all the time. The kitchen is amazing.
Now, the foundation claims they tried to resolve this matter amicably with both parties for several months, but there was no attempt by either party to correct the misstatements or destroy the fake furniture. Oh, so they want them to destroy the fake furniture. I don't know. I'm not the big, like, we love a good recycle moment, but yeah, that's kind of, I feel like, why destroy something if it's being used? Like, isn't that just waste? Because there is a legitimate lawsuit that is filed, we're starting to get more information because the discovery is taking place. So we're starting to research, where did this furniture come from? How could something like this happen for, a piece of art that is so protected?
Judd Foundation quickly uncovered the motives of the design firm who handled Kim's office, a mother and son firm called Clements Design. An invoice from the design firm described the furniture as in the style of Donald Judd and included an image owned by the foundation of the real dining set. When it came to Kim Kardashian's people, the foundation immediately reached out when the video was published, which was posted in 2022 and had over 3.6 million views before it had to be taken down today. A spokesperson got back to them saying they were incredibly sorry for any inconvenience this has caused the foundation, and offered to update the video caption with a retraction. Of course, that was not much of a resolution. The Judd Foundation wanted the video deleted and the furniture recycled, as well as a public statement from Kim. Her representatives came back with an offer to make a social media post in which she supported the foundation. In these incredibly uncreative and uninspiring times of mass production and DHgate imitations at every level of design, including random niche design firms, I think this case is really important.
Now, when it comes down to this furniture, it is so serious. And honestly, like, does furniture need to be this serious? But I guess it's art pieces. I mean, each piece is sold under and stamped with federally registered numbers. So it's trademarked. It's a very intense, like, art piece, I guess. I would feel really uncomfortable eating on this table. I would be like, wait, what? It's expensive. It's $90,000. Like, what if I have some cranberry juice and I spill the cranberry juice and then there's a little red stain and I'm looking around and like Kim's over here pissed off because she thought it was $90,000 and she thought it was a Donald Judd piece. Now let's switch gears and talk about Beyoncé, because this blind item reads, we are now up to 2 artists from this South American country that the one named permanent A-list singer stole from on her new record without giving credit to them in advance. So this is an instance where, Beyoncé might be pulling a Jennifer Lopez, where she is stealing the music and not giving the credit where it's due. And people are pissed and they're calling her out because it's Beyoncé. She's a big deal. This person wrote, Beyoncé not crediting writers is nothing new. This person wrote, given the financial stakes for a Beyoncé album, it's a given that anybody who contributed in some capacity, even if it's a 1-second sample, has an incentive to get a piece of the cake. So right now there's a big debate around Beyoncé, her new music, and whether it is authentic, if it's genuine, if it's even really her work to begin with.
Is she though? Is like funk not something that originated in U.S. America with Black Americans and then maybe was adopted? I don't know. I seem to feel like that's what it is. So
now we've got songwriter Tiffany Red, who is calling out Beyoncé and a bunch of others for stealing music credits. A lot of times in the entertainment industry, the writers, the producers, these people behind the scenes who really put a lot of their work and their personality and their heart into these pieces are kind of like, they got the short end of the stick. I mean, people work together to create like a Beyoncé album, yet Beyoncé is really the only person who's putting her name on the final piece, which I get it, but you've also got to give that credit to people so they get their worth. I mean, if you don't have credit on the music, then you can't use it to make other music, or you can't get residuals on the song. Songwriter Tiffany Red has been using her Instagram page to call out Beyoncé for allegedly taking, writing, and publishing credits on songs that were handed to her. Now, Tiffany Red recently supported her friend Cassie and her allegations brought against Diddy, and she started to go after Beyoncé after Jay-Z called out the Recording Academy for snubbing Beyoncé in the Album of the Year category. Actually, Tiffany Red wrote maybe Beyoncé will win Grammy for Album of the Year when she starts paying songwriters and stops taking publishing from them. Tiffany then followed up with a call to action, encouraging Beyoncé to modernize her business model and to serve as an example of ensuring the safety and longevity of songwriters and producers' music careers. Quote, if you modernize your business practices with songwriters and producers, you can help save the livelihood of this profession. Which she's absolutely right, because these people are screwed in the process of creating these songs. They sell them off to agencies for dirt cheap and they never see them again. And sometimes they end up on a Beyoncé album.
Almost every record that I have done, I have written when the artist was not in the room. The reason why I called out Beyoncé is because Beyoncé is the Michael Jackson of our generation. And so if there's anybody that could reshape the precedent, if there's anybody that could, influenced the industry, that had the power and the money and the cultural thing to say, you know what, y'all, you're right. These songwriters have been out here. We've been in the street. Literally, I have been in the street in front of.
They have been in the street. I'm driving around LA and I see them and I honk. I always honk.
Spotify, I've been in front of Universal. I have sat and I have talked to all y'all publishers. The reason why people who work for Beyonce don't talk is because they're all on NDAs. Because that's also how she works. She silences people so that nobody can speak. I'm not a writer that's written for Beyonce. I haven't shot my shot at Beyonce because I'm not willing to give her any publishing. Not because I haven't had the opportunity. I've had the opportunity to work with everybody. And I've turned down a lot of stuff because I'm not willing to play these games.
And honestly, good for Tiffany Red for standing up for herself, because so many of these creatives, they lose themselves with these big names, and she knows her worth and she's going to demand it, which, I mean, I'm a big fan now. I'm like, hell yeah, Tiffany Red, like, stand up and call out these people. I mean, she even said Beyonce is silencing people. Tiffany Red attributes these issues to power dynamics within the music industry that silences songwriters and allows publishing to be stolen. She said Beyonce represents Black excellence, yet she exploits the Black artists who are writing for her. Tiffany Red says it's her people who are primarily taking advantage of the songwriters. In a since deleted post, Tiffany Red shared a text message screenshot where one writer accused Beyonce and Usher of taking between 25% and 30% of publishing despite not writing a song. So really taking credit for a song they did not write. I mean, who's taking 30% of a piece they did? Like, and they're getting the singing credits, like they're getting performance credits, but they don't need publishing if they didn't do any of the actual writing. I don't know if Tiffany Red is going to be able to change the industry, but she's definitely getting people's attention by calling out Beyonce and the hypocrisy of it all. Because, I'm not a songwriter. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know if you've done publishing, but I don't know how this stuff works. So when we hear people like Tiffany speak out, then we learn about this profession and we start to realize that, she's got a point here.
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
So let me get this straight. Jay-Z expects Beyonce to win Album of the Year when all the songwriters that contributed to these albums are not compensated, and she takes an obscene amount of publishing from all of them. That's what you expecting, Mr. Jay-Z, for your young lady?
Oh, let's go ahead and save the messiest for last. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if the A-list celebrity, actor, reality star, general all-around a-hole grifter didn't use the GoFundMe he set up to pay for the $25,000 birthday party he threw for himself. So this is about Todrick Hall responding to the GoFundMe backlash. I believe he had a party recently. He had a blast. He also needs some money because he's got to GoFundMe. Let's go ahead and just check out what's going on here. I'm not a fan. This person wrote, it's gross that he's A-list and that people actually give him money. This person wrote, he actually was really popular for a moment, but then everyone turned on him. Another person added, right, Todrick thought he could ride with the I'm besties with Taylor Swift wave forever, but then she dropped him when his scams and money troubles came to light. So let's talk about Todrick and what's going on. And I don't like to talk about people's money. I don't think it's I don't enjoy talking about their bills or whatever, but it's the hypocrisy of him asking for a GoFundMe when he's having a very, fabulous birthday and living a high life. And it's like, who's really paying for all of this? Todrick said, I don't come for money at all, and I typically would be the person to step up to the plate and help. He explains on his GoFundMe page. A few weeks ago, I got a FaceTime call from my little brother. I almost didn't answer because I was in a work meeting, but my brother knows I'm not a FaceTime guy, and it was abnormal for him to call me multiple times back to back. He said he answered the call to his brother screaming and freaking out that the house was burning down. He was home alone and trying to call his parents, but no one was answering. So really, his family's home burnt down, and it sounds really traumatic. And I had a house fire, I think it was 2013. I had to live in a hotel for like 4 months. I remember running on my house when it was on fire. So I have a lot of, empathy when it comes to people who have had their homes burned down, because I have been there. So I feel like I can give him a hard time because I've been there. So I can also be like, okay, let's go ahead and see what you have to say. Because also insurance, like if it was like accidental, insurance should be helping, covering all of it, really.
Todrick Hall on the internet begging his fans for money on GoFundMe? Shocking.
I realize that somebody said he says that while wearing 10K of Cartier bracelets. I'm just letting you guys know that just because somebody has Cartier bracelets or something does not mean that they don't have a struggle. I know that sounds crazy, but people in other countries...
Yes, Todrick Hall was asking for his fans to give him $10,000 because he can't help his own family. Todrick, I think you're recovering from your cancellation. Let's get honest. If you look below, he says, my family was renting a home, so the insurance will cover fixing the home, but will take a while and ultimately just helps the homeowners, not my family. Blue ID Queen said the last video I saw of Todrick was him bragging about having this lavish new mansion in LA. I'm sorry, but recovering from the pandemic after posting that video? Someone also commented the video saying G-Wagon in the driveway, mega mansion in LA, closet full of designer couture. You could sell half of those designer shoes and make $10,000 to help your family, maybe less. This is the definition of selfish.
The page initially asked for $10,000, a goal which has been met, but fans were skeptical as to why he couldn't provide the funds himself, being a successful recording artist, a reality star. His $10,000 Cartier bracelets, I mean, that's pretty bougie. I mean, looking at the page, he's got 280 donations, $10,398. People, a church donated. Still people donating. And I'm all for helping people out. And I know that we have different struggles and they look different. But it's odd to see you throwing these crazy birthday parties, having these animals there in LA. I'm sure the animals are stressed out to, I don't know, project this like luxurious lifestyle when your family, I guess, could use the money that could have gone to this birthday. I also I'm a little biased because I don't like birthdays. Like I'm so over. I personally don't ever want to celebrate another birthday again. I just don't. I never have fun on it. I never have a good time. I can't relax. We'll save it for the end of this video, but let's go ahead and play this clip.
3 days ago, he set a goal to raise $10,000, which he has already hit. But last night in Los Angeles, he threw a birthday party. There was a petting zoo, horses to take photos on, a mechanical bull, at least 3 drag performers, a tattoo artist, multiple photo stations. This is the one that you stand on and it spins around you to make a video. Another photo booth. Cakes like this in Los Angeles don't cost less than $500. And that's not even including any of the booths. There were a lot of people there. If I'm being very conservative with my math, there's no way that party cost less than $15,000. I bet it was at least $20,000.
Now, because Todrick has been asking his fans to donate and at the same time posting his party and his LA lifestyle, the riches, the birthday celebrations. It's not his birthday, it's his birth week, it's his birth month. He's got to party it up, okay? It's Todrick Hall. He's Todrick Hall. But he went to Instagram to share screenshots of the abuse, which we don't support abuse, not on this channel, that he has been receiving regarding the GoFundMe account, which includes aggressive, homophobic, and racial slurs. Not okay. Not okay, people. While he said he doesn't expect everyone to understand his life, I know I'm not for everyone, and he called the level of hate not only acceptable, but dangerous. Absolutely. We do not support hate. What is going on with this? We don't support hate on this channel. Yeah, no. He said, I hate that I even have to respond to this, but I just want to be crystal clear. I would never spend money that my fans raised during a traumatic time for my family on a birthday party. So really, he just got his word. I mean, do you believe him? Do you believe him? Tell me in the comments below. So this video should be going out on Thursday. If it goes out on Thursday, I don't want to put this out and be like, oh, I might have 1 million subscribers. If not, I might be very close. I might have 1 million subscribers. I'm going to Coachella. I'm going to Coachella on Thursday, and I'm going to be gone until Monday. So then when are we going to talk about it? What if I hit 1 million before this video even goes up? What if I haven't hit 1 million and this video is up and I'm over here acting like I'm going to? But is hitting 1 million even a big deal anymore? Because everyone hits 1 million, it's like, oh yeah, right? Everyone has 1 million. I've just taken a long time to get there. long time. A lot of videos though. I mean, I think my channel has like 300 million views, which, like, thank you guys so much. You guys are so great. I'm excited, but it's really like a group thing. That's why I don't like birthdays and stuff. I don't want to be like, you know, celebrated. I'd rather celebrate like as a group. But I don't want to do a party because I feel like a party, I just want to have fun. You know, I'm just going to like, I mean, maybe I will do a party. Maybe I will. Something smaller, nothing crazy. Maybe a private dinner, you know, with like Spill Sash and like some of my best friends and people who are important to me. My boyfriend. Okay. Well, if I don't want to like jinx it and say like, oh, I have 1 million, but if I do have 1 million by now, or if we're reaching there, or we're really close, thank you guys so much. If I don't, I'm equally as grateful. It really doesn't change anything for me. The amount of love and the relationship I have with you guys, that's what's important, and that's what matters. But damn, is it validating to hit that number and to, you know, just to feel like I've done something. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye guys.